Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, February 15th, 2022, we continue our updates and analysis of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. And as everyone has been following previous videos, we have been monitoring the situation that is going on and continues to go on in the Afar region, with the Tigray Defense Forces continuing its security operations to the just to the east of the Afar Tigray regional border. But more specifically, we are now starting to see what we believe is a fairly significant buildup of Tigray Defense Forces that are staging in the western areas of the Tigray region. We can confirm we have observed large formations of TDF forces on the move towards western Tigray. What makes this information even more interesting, it would appear that many of these units have been refitted with proper uniforms and equipment that we have not necessarily seen in previous engagements, especially in and around the fighting that took place in the Amhara region, where a large amount of the TDF was made up of volunteers that were not provided with such necessary equipment as uniform, boots, and what have you. Today, we are seeing probably a better equipped TDF force that is indeed moving towards the western Tigray region. So again, a rather significant buildup of forces that are staging near the western border. We can confirm these forces number in the thousands. We also know that elements of the TDF have continued to progress into the western Tigray region, infiltrating at various points across the Tigray River. So we're watching the situation very, very closely as we continue to see more and more forces of the TDF move into western Tigray. We're also hearing reports of a possible movement by the Eritrean army in terms of a possible withdrawal or elements of its forces withdrawing from the western Tigray region. Now, we don't know if this is simply a rotation of forces and additional forces will be brought in, as they cannot maintain that force construct or those units in perpetuity in western Tigray. But again, it appears the TDF is definitely on the move towards western Tigray. We have tracked several movements, again, of large bodies of forces of the TDF, regimental size, reinforced battalion formations, moving in a westerly direction towards the western Tigray area of operations. But again, the TDF has had the opportunity of the last few months since the withdrawal from the Amhara region for some of these better units to refit and re-equip, and we believe now we are seeing some of those forces that have been allowed to retrain, refit, re-equip, rest, and then are now being deployed in the western Tigray area of operations. And again, back to the Afar region, we continue to see the TDF in control of areas of the Afar region, namely those cities and towns that we have talked about in previous videos, such as Abala, Berhale, and what have you, in in the western Afar region, or along the eastern border of the Tigray region. But again, right now, we are very interested and continue to monitor what is happening in western Tigray. We've continued to talk about the buildup of TDF forces in the west and the continued movement of TDF forces into the western Tigray area of operations. We continue to suspect that something fairly significant is going to occur within the days, weeks, and months ahead, and we're watching this very, very closely. That is the update that we were seeing out of the region, specifically along the Tigray regional front right now, both in the Afar region and in the western Tigray region as well. Stay tuned. We're watching this very, very closely as we believe at MBAM. The TDF could be very, very close to launching something fairly significant in western Tigray. Have a good day, everybody.